All right, we are recording. Thanks, Suzanne.
Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Lydia. Welcome, everyone. It's great to have you here. This is our sneak peek, so welcome to it. This is a game-changing professional development and the best networking opportunity of the summer. It's Pathways to Prosperity. My name is Ellen Lawson. I serve as Director of Sponsorship and Partnerships for NACCE, and today I will be your facilitator for the webinar. I'd like to invite you right now in the chat. What enticed you about joining the webinar, registering, and attending today? So I'm going to give it just a moment, and if you can throw those in the chat, and Lydia's going to help tell me a little bit about what's coming through. I'm very curious.
Nothing in the chat yet.
Nothing in the chat. Don't be shy.
David Bennett was recommended from Trenton Hightower. Stephanie Goldenberg needed to pitch this to her college to pay for the attendance at the conference.
Okay.
Ethan would like to know more.
Great.
Kevin Carter is looking to learn more about the conference and structure and sponsor options.
Okay. Well, very good. I'm really inspired by your curiosity. But before we dive into the summit, we feel it makes sense to provide an overview of our world-class organization, the National Association for Community College Entrepreneurship. And to do that, I would like to introduce our president and CEO, Dr. Rebecca Corbin. Dr. Corbin?
Well, thank you, Ellen, and thanks everyone for being here. I'm really excited about this for a number of different reasons, but as Ellen mentioned, I know that there's a lot of familiar faces on the call, but there's some of you that might be what I call NACCE curious. So I want to do a little bit of a dive into NACCE. So if we go to the first slide, I wanted to just remind everybody that may not be familiar, NACCE is not a new organization. We consider ourselves to be a young adult, I guess, born in 2002 on the campus of Springfield Community and Technical College. And since that time, back in 2014, I had the opportunity to attend my first NACCE conference. At the time, I was a vice president of institutional advancement and was responsible for workforce and career services on my college. So believe it or not, 2015, this week is my 10th anniversary for NACCE, and I am so grateful to the wonderful staff that we have and to all of you for making the last decade just a wonderful ride. So a couple of other data points. In 2020, we moved the NACCE headquarters to Cary, North Carolina, which is in the Research Triangle. So I also moved my family down here, and honestly, it was one of the best decisions we could have ever made. A lot of our employees now are located down here, but we also have employees located around the country, so we really have that national presence. And one of the key accomplishments in 2023, we received the SkillPoint platform, which is a career exploration tool that drives non-traditional students to colleges as a gift. So one of the things that we're working on as a team is really integrating this into NACCE to offer it as a member benefit. So we've got some exciting things planned in that way. So when we get to landing in 2025, one of the things the NACCE board did in the summer is really refined our strategic plan into 3 specific areas. So the first area is the NACCE Academy, Leadership Academy, which some of you on this call are actually working with us to try to launch that. So you're going to be hearing more about that. The second pillar is Pathways to Prosperity, and that's why we're here today. So you're going to hear more about that. And then the third pillar is tools for academic and workforce transformation. And so if you're new to NACCE, we have a lot of grant-funded projects. We have convenings. We have all kinds of resources at your disposal. So just real quick, as we go to the next slide, I just wanted to give you a sense of NACCE's footprint. So we're a 501c3 nonprofit association. So we have college faculty, workforce directors, community college foundation leaders, presidents, chancellors, and a growing group of sort of industry leaders and entrepreneurs that want to be part of the work that we're doing. So currently we have about 360 college members. That comprises about 3,000 professionals. So we are really across the entire United States. And our unique value proposition is we really lean into the role of being a co-creator and distributor of resources. So it's a little unusual if you're new to NACCE, because in some environments, people are looking to protect IP and protect what they have. What I think you'll find in this community is really that commitment to share and to give, with the understanding that if Belinda or Sherry shares something with me and I co-create, that I turn around and I share it with someone else. And I think that's what makes this community very vibrant and important. So as we go to the next slide, we spent some time over the last 18 months on the board just trying to clarify and simplify our mission. We had a lot of help along the way. I see Stuart Weismiller on the call. So she and her husband were really instrumental in helping us along the way as well. So our mission is to engage members through entrepreneurial thinking and innovative action, with a philosophy of membership is the heart of what we do. So ultimately, our vision is uplifting communities by elevating prosperity. And we really do that. If you think about the three buckets that I talked about, that's very important that we not only talk about things and publicize things, but that we do things together. So on that end, I'd like to go to the next slide. And my gratitude goes to my colleague, Ellen Lawson, and Suzanne and Lydia for putting so much into this. And so the theme was sneak peeks. So if you're on here, and I'm talking to you, Stephanie, because this will be news to you. I'm really excited to give you all a really important announcement. When we decided to really refine into these three pillars, it was very important to the board that we have an award attached to Pathways to Prosperity. And this press release is not going to go out till February, but because you're here and because we're super excited, we wanted to give you a sneak peek. So I'm going to talk about what this award is, and then I'm going to have Ellen do the big reveal, which is the next slide. So I'll tell you a little bit about the Wayfinder Award. And if you know what a Wayfinder is, it is a champion, a person who helps others find their way. And so when we talked about this inaugural award, we felt it was very important to reflect the essence of what it means to lead with vision, compassion, and unwavering commitment to fostering entrepreneurship. This individual's remarkable achievements as a founding NACCE member, a trailblazer in entrepreneurship at Anne Arundel Community College, and the driving force behind the impactful work of the Radcliffe Foundation has inspired countless individuals. Her mentorship and advocacy have not only strengthened NACCE's mission, but have also transformed lives through initiatives such as NACCE's annual Pitch for the Skilled Trades competition, which offers $150,000 worth of prizes, and additional support for us to do a deep dive into the Skill Point platform to try to figure out how we can make it more of a member benefit. So with that, I do not have a drum roll, but I do have a little, that's my phone, so bad on me. Ellen, I'm going to ask you to reveal the this year's winner, who is Carlene Cassidy, who is, many of you know, is the CEO of the Philip and Carol Radcliffe Foundation. So I'm just really excited about that. Carlene is also going to be welcoming her grantees that are, some of them are not community colleges, to attend the conference. So there's going to be more about that soon. So I appreciate being with you here today, and I'm going to turn it back to Ellen to keep us moving through the program.
Thank you so much, Dr. Corbin. Well, we are thrilled and honored Tallahassee State College is our gracious host for the 2025 summit, happening June 4th through the 6th. So be sure you're marking those dates. My friends, you are in for a treat. Coming to you live from Tallahassee, snowed in and all, is our next speaker, Dr. Angela Long, Chief Engagement Officer for Tallahassee State College. Dr. Long, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Ellen, and thank you, Dr. Corbin, your entire team. You know, I'm a big fan of NACCE, and the work that you're all doing. It's truly making a tremendous impact in our colleges and our nation. And yes, folks, you heard it right. I'm on the call through a phone because I am snowed in. And so we will roll out the red, blue carpet for you when you come to Tallahassee. This is unheard of. But we are actually having a major snow issue here. They shut down all roads. But I didn't want to miss this call because this Pathways to Prosperity Summit is going to be remarkable. And I think all the conferences put on by NACCE have such tremendous value. But where we are going with this next summit here in Tallahassee is really that focus on the Pathways to Prosperity. And what a lot of you may not know, so I work for the president here at Tallahassee State College, but we have been charged with some very powerful movements on our campus because of where we sit. Of course, we're next to the state capitol, government offices. We're next to two premier universities, FAMU and Florida State University. But what many of you may not know is that we actually sit in the poorest zip code in the state of Florida. And so the students that we serve, the community we serve, this concept of prosperity, it's part of our strategic plan. It's part of what we're doing. So this is so timely. I'm going to give you 3 top reasons why you should attend. And I'm assuming if you're on the call, you're planning to attend. But if you have friends or colleagues you'd like to invite, this is the time. As Dr. Corbin mentioned, the focus that we're going to have with some amazing, folks that will be present. My first number 1 reason why you should come are the speakers. We are going to be hearing from some top level speakers, not just statewide, but national. We have invited a guest from the state that you're going to find out soon once we confirm, who's going to talk about America's workforce, the work we've done here in Florida. We will have Andy Bennett, who is the CEO of the National Center for Responsible Government Contracting. We will have a representative from the U.S. Department of Commerce to talk about pathways to procurement. We will have Mark Wilson, who is the CEO of the Florida Chamber, the statewide chamber, and he and his colleagues have developed a scorecard for Florida. It started out more of a regional project, and now it's impacted every one of our regions and our cities. And the scorecard essentially is showing us our workforce pathways, our job placement rates, the turnover rates within region by region, and what are the top jobs of the future. So we've invited him to come and share some of those insights. It's really a model that I think can be shared across the country that you're not going to want to miss. We will have speakers talking about entrepreneurship through veteran entrepreneurship, tremendous speakers focusing on the veteran population. And so I will tell you, with the lineup of who's coming, from presidents across the country talking about their innovations on skill development, building future-ready pathways, they are the top of the line. And so Dr. Corbin, you and your team have done an excellent job pulling together these speakers. The second main reason I encourage people to come are the topics. So aligned with the speakers, we are going to be focusing on future-ready work. Artificial intelligence is going to be a big, big theme. As I mentioned, the focus on veterans and skill development, the workforce pathways. I will share one of the things that we're excited to share with you is in August, we started a launch with the local Florida Chamber, the Greater Tallahassee Chamber, and it went beyond our college in the sense that we gathered about 230 people to have a design thinking session, which is a good model I've learned through NACCE, to talk about the future ready of our region. What does future ready Tallahassee look like? We had individuals from all sectors present. We're going to share what that roadmap, what came out of that emerging meeting, and it's ongoing. And so we've got, individuals that have been a part of that conversation that will be present to share with you their insights, industry leaders, local business and tech leaders, and of course, we'll have others beyond state of Florida to talk about this topic. But we're excited to share with you that local work that's really transforming the region. And then finally, I want to tell you the tours are going to be amazing. Dr. Corbin, you and your team, you came out just a week and a half ago, not even that, and you got a chance to walk around and see what we have. One of the places that will be a breakout opportunity for a tour is is at the Florida Public Safety Institute. And this institute is responsible in that we are the only college in America with a prison on site. And we have a full recruiting area. We have cadets that come in. That tour will include seeing the simulation of what we're doing, the shooting range. There is a speed track, and they're going to pull out all stops for everyone that comes to show you the work that's happening, the training, not just for the region, but the state of Florida. It's a hub. And my president, Dr. Jim Murdaugh, actually built that Florida Public Safety Institute and designed many of the buildings. And so he's going to be happy to share with you what that work looks like, the entrepreneurship behind it. And then we're going to have a special tour to our Wakulla Environmental Institute with time on the water. We are one of the premier sites for oyster aquaculture and developed a program that's very unique. We have people from all over the world come. You'll get to sample the good food locally. You'll get to taste the oysters if you like oysters, and really get to see what our smart farming looks like. We have a small plot farm area with trees and ducks and chickens, you name it. So we're going to walk you through what we've done from an entrepreneurial mindset. So those are my top 3 reasons why you should come, and that's just a small sample of what is the full package. And we are so excited to welcome all of you to our beautiful city and to meet with the amazing people, the things happening here. So please come and please join us. Thank you, Dr. Corbin and Ellen.
Well, thank you, Dr. Long. We can feel your excitement and enthusiasm and passion. And I had to pinch myself because I thought, I'll go. I was like, wait a minute, I'm already going. So thank you so much. That has got everyone fired up in the webinar and the replay. And we appreciate you being here today. Okay, we're ready for our next sneak peek. This is a sneak peek into the accommodations for the summit. NACCE will arrange discounted rate to the luxurious Hotel Duval, a boutique experience complete with upscale accommodations, a rooftop bar, and Shula's 347 grill. So be on the lookout for more details to come on Hotel Duval. Next, we're going to take a sneak peek into a few confirmed speakers. Dr. Long mentioned a few, and we're going to showcase a few here, but please know that the Pathways to Prosperity Summit webpage will be your go-to for a complete list. So let's take a look. All right, we've got Dr. Amy Diaz from Arizona coming. Dr. Jerry Edmonds from North Carolina will be there. Paul Soul from Florida. Peyote Perryman and Aaron Sloan from North Carolina. And we've got Dr. Tori Jackson, West Virginia will be there, among many, many others. So again, we're just wetting your whistle. We want you to keep tabs on our webpage and to be abreast of the other speakers we confirm. So after spending time in insightful sessions and fantastic networking on the campus of Tallahassee State College, attendees will have the opportunity to leave campus for fun, engaging, and sure to please destinations. So Dr. Long alluded to a little bit, but here we're going to say that stay tuned. We are putting the final touches on the Tallahassee Entrepreneurs Food and Beverage Tours. You're not going to want to miss this. All right. We also have confirmed partners. Now, according to my calculations, we're about 6 months out. Is that what you're calculating to, about 6 months out? And in 6 months out, these are early adopters that recognize the value and impact NACCE brings by convening experts in government, industry, healthcare, workforce, and of course, community college administrators. And we're all gathering to have conversations about closing the skills gap. So I'd like to give a big thank you already to sponsors and partners for this event. And that's GovLearn Gateway, Radcliffe Foundation, Thrifty, Tallahassee State College Foundation, and VentureWell. And so Lydia is going to be putting in the chat my contact information. If you have some interest and want to learn more about becoming a partner and elevating your brand with the NACCE family, please reach out. I would be more than happy to have a conversation, go through some more information, and bring you along on this amazing journey we're going to be taking together in Tallahassee. All right, now a sneak peek to the best deal to attend. It's now. Now, between now and March 12th is our early bird special. So I'm going to bring my colleague, Suzanne Karp, Marketing and Communications Director, to walk us through how easy it is to register for this summit. Suzanne?
Yes. So first off, I put in the chat the direct link to the page for Pathways to Prosperity, but you can just simply go to NACCE.com and you can click on where it says Professional Development and Training, and then select Events, and then select Pathways to Prosperity. So this web page is a living document. So we're continuing to add information as it comes in. Ellen, if you scroll down a little bit, we can see that we have a description of the event. We have sponsorship opportunities, some information about Tallahassee, our hotel options, the speakers who are already confirmed. We have the best experts out there in the industry. So it's definitely an event you're going to want to come to. And registering couldn't be simpler. All you do is you go to this page, and at the upper right hand, it says register now. So you just click on that, and it's going to take you to the login page. And as you can see, the early bird NACCE member rate is $5.49. So it's quite the deal. And you can get that if you register before March 12th. So I would recommend registering as quickly as possible. We also have a workshop there, a veteran entrepreneurship workshop and entrepreneur program expansion workshop. So there's a lot of great information on this event. So it's going to be a great location, great experts, great information. It's simply something you can't get anywhere else. So I suggest you register early.
Thank you, Suzanne. And I'm also just going to show you very quickly too. She pointed out the sponsorship opportunities. If you just click on this, for those that are interested in becoming a partner for us with this, this is our prospectus. So you can look through this and see if there is a way you'd like to partner with NACCE for this event. All right. So the best way to stay on top of all happenings with NACCE is to follow us on social media, and also to bookmark that web page that we have just showed you that's linked in the chat. It's easy to stay informed of the happenings like Pathways to Prosperity and a plethora of other offerings, and start to look for that hashtag Pathways 2025. So at this point, we are going to take it to you and see what questions you have about Pathways to Prosperity. Lydia is going to help me look through the chat and see if there are questions that we can answer for you today.
Yes, Ellen, I just actually got a question about, is there any scholarships offered for first-time attendees?
I would say use the email that, if you've put my email in, and have that person reach out to me. There's always, we don't ever want to turn anyone away. So without getting into a lot of details, I think the best opportunity is just to email me, and we will be happy to talk about opportunities for scholarship. Great question.
Perfect. That is the only question I've received this far.
Ellen and Lydia, I wanted to point out too, just a couple other things. I know sometimes when people are thinking about attending something, it's helpful to have an agenda and a program so that you can get approval to go and you can plan your travel accordingly. So we have, our agenda is probably 90% complete. It is still in draft form, but we are going to post that on the website soon so that you can plan accordingly. And what you'll find with the agenda, we put a lot of thought into it, and it's a mixture of really robust networking opportunities, some main stage events, some really cool networking and an art gallery setting, all of the tours that were mentioned. And food is covered through a lot of it. So it's a nice for colleges that sometimes budget is a challenge. The other thing that you'll see on the agenda when it's posted is we will have a contingent of students participating with us. So any of you who have been following along with the Solve CC students, the community engagement, some of those individuals will be present, and Tallahassee State College has arranged to fund 25 of their students attending. So I know that's been sort of a growing trend while we're, professionals convening. It just adds so much into the life of our events and what we plan to have students involved. So if you are thinking about maybe you want your student government representative or someone to come, we have a discounted rate for students. So just wanted to point that out for folks that might have that as top of mind. One last point. The summit is going to wrap up on Friday. I would encourage everyone to stay to the end because that's when a lot of the really wonderful tour opportunities will happen, to the Florida Public Safety Institute, to the aquaculture program. And then there's an additional tour to the CDL program, which is really quite remarkable. So I think that's always where a lot of us get ideas, is seeing what others are going to do.
Thanks, Becky. We got another question in the chat asking about the cost of hotels. Do you happen to know the price, Ellen?
I believe the discounted rate is about $159 per night. So don't hold me to it, but that's about the range. And as soon as it's confirmed, it'll be up on that webpage. But great question. Thank you.
Thank you. And then another question, will there be any work-based learning content such as internships, apprenticeships?
I can respond to that one, Lydia. What you'll have is a lot of other workforce leaders. You'll have industry leaders that are going to speak about some of these opportunities. So that's where some of the breakout sessions and certainly the networking opportunities are going to come into play. When we do surveys of the NACCE membership, what we get back consistently is that's how people find out about funding opportunities, internships, and apprenticeships. So, so I think Katie asked that question. So you'll get a lot out of being there.
Perfect. Another question I received is, are there any opportunities to present or submit proposals still?
Great question. I believe the call for proposals for breakout session has closed. But if there's certainly, you're welcome to email me if you have further questions beyond that. Dr. Corbin, did you have something to add to that?
Yeah, I would just say, we were so delighted to have such a large number of submissions, but if you are interested and available, sometimes, not always, we have the opportunity to add somebody on to a panel. So no promises because it's really, the window is closed. But if you are interested, please reach out to Ellen. What we try our best to do is people that really have something to share, we try to find a space for them. And depending on our registration, which we're expecting to be very robust, we may open up an additional segment. So please keep in touch with us if that's your interest, and we will certainly do our best to entertain opportunities should there be any available.
That's awesome. Those are all the questions I've received this far.
We'll give it, I believe, a few more seconds here just to pause if anyone is still kind of thinking about a question that they have. I do hope that the time we've spent today has intrigued you enough to continue to either keep an eye on the webpage, go ahead and register, or if you're interested in becoming a partner, reaching out, and let's definitely spend some time talking and connecting. Dr. Corbin?
Oh, yes. Just before we go, I see Andrew asked a question. Does NACCE provide follow-up resources or networking opportunities for attendees after the event? And my answer is absolutely. We do a robust offerings of webinars that Suzanne and Lydia organize. We have our annual conference this year, which will be in October in beautiful San Diego in Coronado Bay. And then we have a quarterly journal that we publish. We have regular e-news, and then we have different communities of practice. So it was kind of alluded to in this call, but a couple of our programs that we're scaling up include the Everyday Entrepreneur program. So some of the colleges, I recognize the names, are involved with that. So when you look at the agenda, you'll see that there's two workshops that precede the luncheon kickoff of the conference. One is focused on the Everyday Entrepreneur program, which Lydia does a great job being the coordinator of. The co-founders actually on this call, Stuart Weismiller, who was really instrumental along with her husband Chip in standing up that program. The other workshop, which will be a deeper dive into veteran entrepreneurship. Syracuse University is a partner of ours, so there's a community of practice with some funding around that. NACCE is the recipient of funding from a National Science Foundation grant as well. So some of you who have been around NACCE for a while will understand the analogy of a gym. So you get a gym membership, that's your membership. So some people, religiously go to the gym, they get a trainer, they get involved. And then some people sign up and they're more tepid about it. So we welcome all comers, those that want to get, hugely involved, those that want to do things. And the way our programs expand, honestly, is through all of you, the members. If there's a need identified, we did this a couple of years ago with directors of institutional advancement and workforce, because they originally weren't really part of the NACCE community, but we saw that space. So long answer to a very good question, Andrew, but absolutely there's follow-up for sure.
I'm going to submit Ellen's email again in the chat. I will also share that on the follow-up email so you all have access to reach her if you have any more questions.
Excellent. Well, thank you everyone for carving out time to be with us today live on the webinar. The questions is our opportunity to answer them live, right? So thank you for doing that. I'm sure your questions are going to be questions others that watch the replay have. So you're really contributing to the robust of this sneak peek. I'm happy to say that it was so fun putting this together, and we're looking forward to adding to the agenda as we move through and land in Tallahassee, June 4th through the 6th. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. And this concludes our webinar for today.